What we have here are some farm eggs that came from my in-laws. And so these are a little older eggs, and you know, I was telling my wife, I said, you know, a lot of people just don't know how to check eggs to see if they're good or not, especially if they're not used to farm eggs and they're not used to having eggs that might be a little bit older than something that they might get from a store. So she's like, why don't you do a video? So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to show you how to check eggs that, especially if you're raising your own eggs or whatever, and see if they're good or not to use, and tell how old they really are. Before we get started, let's look at the egg shape here. Okay, so you have a pointed end, and then you have a wider base end. All right. Now, this wider base end, if you've ever peeled any boiled eggs or anything, you'll notice sometimes that it seems like there is an air pocket right there. Well, there is. And so that's a reason why as you get older eggs, the air pocket increases. So when they're fresh, there's not much of an air pocket. This is a permeable membrane, and it's meant so for the chick that's supposed to be developing. Of course, most Americans, we do not eat fertilized eggs. So what happens is the egg, the inside part of the egg that we eat, it recedes as air builds up from this bottom end. And so what we're going to be doing is we're just basically testing how well this floats. And it's a very simple test. There's many ways that you can check the freshness of an egg, but this is the easiest. And so what happens is if it lays flat on the bottom, where you got filled up with cold water, you want to use cold water. Do not use warm water, use cold water. If it lays flat like this, then that means that it's a very fresh egg because there's not much air. If it kind of raises up, that means that it's getting a little old. If it turns upside down where the point is facing down, all right, now you're getting a little older egg. And what we're looking for to see if the egg floats up to the top. If the egg floats up to the top, it is not fresh. All right, so then you can chunk that egg. What we're going to do is put the egg in the water and see how it does. All right, that right there went to the bottom. It is actually very fresh right there. We got another one right here. And that fell down. So that's a good one. Now, unlike some YouTubers, I don't have eggs already prepped that I am checking out. I'm just checking my eggs and seeing how they're doing. I am not doing any type of thing where I've got a known egg that's bad, but I wanted to show this. So this is actually lifting up off the glass. You can see it just a little bit right there. That means this egg is a little older than the rest. You can see how the tip is down here and the bottom end, the fat end, is raised up to the top like I was saying. So that right there is indication of an older egg, but it is not a bad egg. Now, I've probably gone through about 12 or so already off camera. This is an egg that is unknown. I don't know what it's done. I don't know if it's good, bad, indifferent. I'm using a spoon to help guide it down, so you don't have to, but I'm doing that. But you can see it's trying to orient itself, and that bottom is probably, if I moved it over, that bottom would flip up. It's already starting to turn. It's trying to orient. That bottom is trying to come up. It's floating, which means this is an older egg. And sure enough, the bottom's floated up. Now, this right here, I have no idea what it is. It's dry. Let's see what it's doing. And it's kind of coming up a little bit, but not much. This is still good egg. So most of these I expected to be good. I didn't expect any bad eggs out of this bunch. But you always need to check them. You never know. I mean, people try their best. I mean, I would never give anybody anything that I thought was bad, spoiled, not good. And my in-laws are the same way. They would never deliberately give me and my wife anything they thought was bad or anything like that. But like they said, these are older eggs. You need to check them. But here we go. Here is one that you needed to see. I did not know. And this is why you check them. Look how that's floating. That right there is an egg that's really getting to the end of its life. It's probably still good to eat, but it's highly questionable. It's highly questionable. Just chunk it. So that right there is going into the bad egg stack. So one egg so far, I have a whole stack of them. And let me show you what I'm talking about. I have a whole stack. I have all these that I've checked. You can see how glossy they are from the water. I've checked all these off, most of them off camera. They've all been good eggs. These are the ones that I still yet to check. So I only got 4 left. And so far we only had that one bad one. So let's see if we got any more. Let's try this. Good egg. Next one. Good egg. But you can see the bottom. You can see that bottom right there that I'm talking about. It's raising up. So this is an older egg. One more. And then we got the last one that we got to do in a minute. Now that one right there is a good egg. That's a real fresh egg. And now the last one. That's a pretty fresh egg right there. So there you go. I hope you like this video. Again, this is the known bad egg. Just so you can see it. There you go. I hope you like this video. I hope it helps you out. You can keep eggs way past the best buy date. That's something that the FDA requires. That does not mean that's bad. This right here is a better way to guarantee that you got fresh eggs. So please, if you will, like, share, subscribe. That all helps with this channel grow so that I can keep putting out informative, educational, and hopefully entertaining content for you. And with that, I'll see you again next time. Bye, guys. Bye.